Hey, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. This is your man, Trey, aka Yeshai Ibrahim, so known as Beverly. And I'm here with you for another video. I have another exciting presentation for you here at First Tabernacle Fellowship, where we bring you the information to help create the transformation. So on today's subject, as you know, I don't know if you're ready for it. You can see right here, I already got my shirt. We're going to be talking about one of the main leaders that's going on right now that is doing good things for his people, and that leader is Ibrahim Traoré. So if you haven't known, Ibrahim Traoré is a leader in Africa who came into to power in 2022, and he is in Burkina Faso. So I wanted to add him to the video because I definitely believe that he is a person that is working underneath the guidance of the Most High. You can always tell a person by their labor and what they do, because guess what? Worship, keep this in mind, worship has to do with your doings and what you do. And as you watch and you observe this man, Ibrahim Traoré, which Ibrahim is almost like Abraham, you can see that he is definitely a man that is for the people. So I wanted to bring up some things, some accomplishments that are various, a small list of accomplishments, because this man has done so much in the few years that he has been in power and control. So I have a slide and stuff that wants to bring to your attention some of the accomplishments that he has done and what he is doing for his people in Africa, and how Africa is starting to get back on its independence. So, as you can see, for Ibrahim Traoré, in early 2025, Captain Traoré announced that Burkina Faso had cleared its external debt from approximately 4.7 billion, making a significant shift towards the economy's independence. And also, Traoré has launched the Bank of Burkina Faso in 2024 with a capital of 15 billion, FCFA of now 25 billion, aiming to entice freedom in this country. Also, he has brought back the gold mine, the gold refinery in 2024 with, 142 tons of material and products for gold refined, making a shift from exporting unrefined gold. And then, as you can see over here, he came into power in 2022, and what he is doing is making France, it's making the West, it's making these nations that are colonizer nations afraid, because they do not want Africa to be on this independence. You can look and see there are many places like France and places like US and stuff that they say that if Africa becomes independent, we revert to like a third world country. Okay, so again, if you don't know, as of April of 2022, President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso has reported to survive at least 19 assassinations. They've been trying to X this man out, but as you can see, they said it's looking like he probably had about 30 assassinations since then. And so you guys can read all the details on here for yourself, far as him bringing back far as the banks, far as he's also bringing agriculture. He's also been rebuilding roads. They now do deals with their resources on their terms so the people can benefit from it. He's basically kind of picking up underneath what Gaddafi has done. Underneath there was a leader in Burkina Faso before Traoré who he was persuaded by. These are men that are for the people. They are trying to make more Africa more independent, also welcoming from African Americans and people that want to work and see people do good. So these are a lot of things that Traoré has done, and you guys can go through this list and read it yourself. And I also advise that you guys, you guys got the internet. Go on the internet, look up what Traoré has done and the things that he is doing to help Africa become more independent and freeing itself from this colonization that we cannot stand. So pay attention to the signs, because I definitely believe that this is a man and an individual that is working underneath the spirit of the Most High, who we call Yah or Yahweh.
Meet Ibrahim Traoré, the youngest head of state in the world and a rising symbol of African resistance. At just 34 years old, he took power in Burkina Faso with one mission: restore sovereignty and end foreign control. He kicked out foreign troops, reclaimed control of Burkina Faso's resources, and prioritized his people over outside interests. Traoré shocked the world by pushing for economic independence, fighting corruption, and demanding fair deals in the gold sector. Across Africa, millions see him as a symbol of a new era: bold leadership, Pan-African pride, and self-determination. But critics say his methods are too radical, and global powers are watching closely. Love him or not, Ibrahim Traoré has become one of the most influential young leaders Africa has seen in decades. Do you think Traoré is the start of a new African revolution? Tell us in the comments.
A very influential leader of our time era, and I do believe that this is a new era of what we have that is going to be going for normality in our world, where we're going to see people like us start to rise to power more, become more independent. And he's doing it in a very respectful, a very honorable, and far as most of all of us have seen, especially by his actions, he is operating in a very righteous way. So I just want to bring that attention to you guys. Pay attention to this leader in Burkina Faso named Ibrahim Traoré. So that has to do a little bit with the subject that I have today, is Yah is our rock. And so I'll be going over the difference in this video of who our prophets and our ancestors say, and who the Most High, who he says is the rock in his covenant, not his Old Testament. And I'll be showing you the difference with who they call the rock in what man has called a New Testament. Because again, Most High didn't call that a New Testament. And it's a sin to say what the Most High says and he did not say. You can go to Deuteronomy chapter 4 and you can go to Deuteronomy chapter 13. But that's also a little bit of a common sense, right? Don't add and subtract to the Most High's word. Okay, so let me give you some examples of our rock. Let's first go to 1 Samuel, and we're going to start off in chapter 2. So it says right here, then Hannah prayed. So Hannah is Samuel's mother. If you do not know, Samuel's mother was barren, and she prayed for a son, and she said, Father, if you give me a male son, I'll give him over to you, and he's raised by Eli. So it says, then Hannah prayed. She said, my heart exalts in Yahweh. My dignity has been restored by the Most High. I can gloat over my enemies because of my joy at your saving me. No one is as set apart as the Most High Yah, because there is none to compare with you. Most High isn't a human being. No rock like our Elohim. So, ma'am, this is showing you right here that our ancestors says the Most High is the rock, and there is no one that can be compared to the Most High. So if we hear someone saying the opposite, we know that's some red flags. Now let's go to another place. We're going to go to Psalms 95. And let's see what Psalm 95 has to say. It says, come, let's sing to Yahweh. Let's shout for joy to the what? To the rock of our salvation. What they just said is Yahweh. Let's come into his presence with thanksgiving. Oh, Well, goodness, we just went through that mess. Let's shout for joy to him with songs of praise. For Yahweh is a great Elohim, a great king, greater than all gods. So remember, don't compare no rock or nobody with the Most High. This is what in the Most High's word. Let's keep it going though. Now let's go to Psalms 62. And what does Psalms 62 have to say? It says, for the leader set in the style of Yudithim, a psalm of David. My soul waits in silence. For who? For the Most High alone. My salvation comes from him. Don't let the English twist you, because this him is not talking to a man with two legs and all this. This him is talking about the Most High that it just said. My salvation, well, let's read it again. My soul waits in silence for Yah alone. My salvation comes from the Most High. The Most High alone is my rock and salvation. Most High alone is my rock and salvation. My stronghold, I won't be greatly moved. I'm letting you guys get familiar with the covenant, with the foundation of what the Most High is saying and who our true rock is. Okay, so now let's go back. We're going to bounce back and we're going to go into 2 Samuel and we're going to go into verse 22. 2 Samuel verse 22. David said the words of this song to Yahweh on the day Yah delivered him from the power of all his enemies and from the power of Shaul. He said, Yahweh is my rock. Notice you'll never hear our ancestors say anybody else is the rock. Yahweh is my rock, my fortress and deliverer, the Elohim, the power, who is my rock and whom I find shield. My shield, the power that saves me, my stronghold and my refuge. My Savior. Oh, so y'all want to look for your Savior, right? It keeps telling us, when you read in the foundation, Yah keeps telling you he's our Savior. You have saved me from violence. I call on Yahweh, who is worthy of praise, and I am saved from my enemies. And then it goes on. So we can see again who the Most High and who our ancestors are calling their rock and their Savior and their deliverer. Okay, so now I want to take y'all to what we like to say over here at First Tabernacle Fellowship. We like to say across the street. So what we're going to see if across the street adds up with the foundation, because y'all got to remember, it's a sin to say what the Most High has said and he has said not. So keep this in mind whenever you're going across the street to this so-called New Testament that the Most High never deemed as a New Testament. So we're going to start off and we're going to be going to Matthew and we're going to see what they have to say for us in Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 16 and we're going to be starting off in verse 13. And it says, when Yeshua came into the territory around Caesarea Philippi, excuse me if I butchered that name, he asked his Talmud, who are people saying the Son of Man is? They said, well, some say Yochanan the Immerser, others Eliyahu, still others Jeremiah, which is Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. But you, he said to them, who do you say I am? Simeon Kepha answered, you are the Mashiach. So he's calling him the Messiah. the son of the living El. And then it goes on. Simeon bar Yochanan, Yeshua answered him, how blessed are you, for no human being has revealed this to you. So he's saying, oh, how blessed are you for saying I'm the Messiah, and no human has revealed it to you. That's what he's saying. And then he says, no, it was my Father in heaven. So this is what this thing twists. Bro, are you agreeing with him or are you saying no? Let's read it again. Let's read it again, see if I'm tripping. He said right here, Yeshua said to him, how blessed are you, for no human being revealed this to you. So he's saying like, yes, you're correct. Then he says, no, it was my Father in heaven. Let's keep going. 18. I also tell you this, you are Kepha, which means rock. And on this rock, which he's talking about Kepha, I guess, because he's calling him the rock, I will build my community. And the gates of Sheol will not overcome it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. You have to be mindful. Again, like we said, it's a sin to add and subtract to the Most High's word. When did the Most High said he was giving the keys to anybody for heaven? Violation. Let's keep going. Whatever you profit on earth will be profited in heaven. And whatever you permit on earth will be permitted in heaven. Where did y'all read any of this that the Most High said? Nowhere. But yet this man says he only says the thing that his father tells him. I think he's confused on who his father is. Because these are not the words of the Most High, Yah. Then he warned the Talmids, listen to this. Then he warned the Talmids not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. But I'm confused because then he just said right here in verse 17, he said no. He said yes and no in the same sentence. This dude is very confusing and twisting, and that is not how the Most High operates. Let's keep going because I got some more examples for y'all. Let's go to Corinthians 3 and 11. This is just a small part that I want to show y'all about, again, where they're adding to the Most High's word. For no one, listen to this, for no one can lay any foundation other than the one already laid, which is Yeshua, Jesus, what they would say, the Messiah. I'm going to ask y'all again. Y'all can put it in the chat, anything you want. Where did the Most High say this? Violation, teaching sin. Not according to my word and what I'm saying, but according to the Most High's everlasting covenant. We're showing y'all where places that don't add up with what the Most High is saying. Now, let's go to Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, and we're going to go to 10, and we're going to start off at verse 1. It says, for brothers, I don't want you to miss the significance of what happened to our fathers. All of them were guided by the pillar of cloud, and they all passed through the sea. Yeah, because Most High led them by cloud by day, fire by night. And in connection with the cloud, with the sea, they all immersed themselves into Mashe. Funny, they're supposed to immerse themselves into the Most High. I don't know why they're saying this. Also, they all ate the same food from the Spirit. Yep, manna. And they all drank the same drink from the Spirit. Here comes some BS. For they drank from a Spirit-sent rock which followed them. And that rock was the Messiah. which they just called Jesus. So you're saying, hold on now don't forget, y'all, don't be short, don't have a short attention span. We just read in the Most High's covenant how the Most High is the rock, and that he is only the rock, and that is a sin to add and subtract to the Most High's word. But now we're going over here that's supposed to be aligned with the Most High's word, but it's not aligned in here because now they're calling the Messiah the rock, which the Most High never, ever said. These are examples of the violations that they are doing in contradiction to the Most High's word. And if this didn't strike a nerve with you, I'm going to give you one more verse before I leave y'all. If you would please go to Isaiah 44, and we're going to read verse 6 to 8, because this is where the Most High speaks. The Most High only speaks in there unless they're quoting the covenant. So you might as well listen to the covenant. Thus says Yahweh, hold on, Israel's what? Israel's king and redeemer, Yahweh Shava'ot, which means Yahweh of hosts. I am the first, I am the last. Besides me, there is no God. Who is like me? Let him speak out. Let him show me clearly what has been happening since I set up the eternal people. Let him foretell future signs and events. Don't be frightened. Don't be afraid. Didn't I tell you this long ago? I foretold it, and you are my witnesses. Now listen to this. Is there any Is there any God besides me, the Most High? No. Then the Most High clarified, there is no other rock, I know of none. So when we just read what we just read over here in Corinthians, 10, 1 and 5, where they said the Messiah is the rock, the Most High said, I'm the other rock, I know of none. So he just said, I don't even know this Negro. So y'all mean to tell me we've been praising someone that the Most High said, I don't know him. He says, I'm the only rock. So, again, my people, I appreciate you. I hope that y'all see the contradictions. I hope that you have a heart to listen to the Most High, other than a heart to just listen to your leaders or your community because you're afraid of what your people are going to say. Because there's going to be a judgment that's going to hit all of us individually that our souls are going to have to go through. And your community is not going to have, the community can't override the Most High. So you should be a light for your people and cling to this foundation. You being a light to them, yeah, you might get some pushback, but guess what? When you do work for the Most High, do you think that the Most High ain't going to be on your side? And if you think that he ain't, then you need to really reobserve what servitude of the Most High is all about and reobserve what the Most High can do. So again, I want to thank y'all. And like I said, I believe Captain Ibrahim, almost like Abraham, Traoré, is being led through the Spirit of the Most High. I would love for either me or one of the other brothers in our congregation to be able to fellowship one day, because we over here, we about that unification. Muslims and all y'all Hebrews too. So I want to thank y'all. Please continue to check out Ibrahim Traoré. Please understand who your rock is. Understand the difference between the Most High's covenant and what men have said of the Most High that doesn't align with his word. Please follow First Tabernacle Fellowship on YouTube. And yes, if you have any questions, please put them in a comment, like, comment, subscribe. We are here for you. We don't have all the answers, but guess what, y'all? We're doing the best we can, and we're going to bring you this information to help you with your transformation. Peace and love to my people. This is your man, Trey, Yeshai, Ibrahim. Peace and love to my people. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you very much.